don't recall at any time when he's lied to me. Nothing like that. I don't have any problems with Rob Pelinka. He's never done anything to me, ever. But as I've told Rob Pelinka to his face, as I've told him on the phone, as was validated and authenticated today by Irvin Magic Johnson, his reputation is horrible. Agents, league executives, scouts, player personnel directors, everywhere you turn, the one word that is continuously, damn it, perpetually associated with the name of Rob Pelinka is liar. Until today. Magic Johnson called him a backstabber. Identified him plain as day. Magic Johnson came on first take, wanted to fire Luke Walton. There was some change in that regard. I thought I had power over basketball operations. Come to find out that I wasn't the final say. It was going to be Jeannie, and there was too many people that she was listening to, including Tim Harris, chief operating officer for the Los Angeles Lakers on the business side for years. Wasn't supposed to be in basketball operations. Magic says he was. He was infiltrating. He was messing around. He had no business on that side, but he was on that side. Magic didn't like that. Wanted to fire Luke Walton. Originally, the okay was given. Then all of a sudden, they reneged on that. But the ultimate thing was Rob Pelinka. Practice facilities and Lakers offices. Where's Magic Johnson? Where's Magic Johnson? Knowing Magic Johnson wasn't there. Trying to bring attention to the fact that Magic Johnson wasn't there. Where did you hear that before, ladies and gentlemen? Did I not tell you months ago this is what was happening? I said it. I said, I don't know whether it's true or not, but that's what's being said. It's getting back to Magic Johnson, and Magic Johnson is going to have a problem with this. Don't let me go into the archives and find out what I told you.
The Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Guests on the Stephen A. Smith Show appear via the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line, and you can always get in touch with the show through the 1-800-Flowers Twitter feed.
No time to wax your car? 303 Touchless Sealant. It's a quicker, easier alternative to traditional vehicle waxing. Simply spray on and rinse off, offering twice the protection and shine of traditional wax. Available at O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit 303automotive.com. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. That is the number to call in to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio, ESPN News. Forgive me, or rather should I say to my listeners out there everywhere, indulge me for a second. Because I got some stuff that I want to get off my chest. Can't really do this on First Take because it's a debate show and all that other stuff. And, you know, Max is addicted to interrupting me, and that's all right. That's my buddy. But this is my show. Obviously, it's a show that I share with Jonathan Winthrop and Nuno Texiera and Catherine Pastor, my producers extraordinaire. Bosses like Justin Craig and Marsha Keegan, the great Trog Keller. Bosses, phenomenal bosses in New York. Scott McCarthy over the LA station. Tim McCarthy over the New York station. You know, I love these people. Let me be very, very clear. I want to make sure that everybody understands they had no idea about what I'm about to say. These are my words and my words only. Nobody's responsible for the words that are about to come out of my mouth. But I just got to say something, because this whole Magic Johnson thing has me riled up from this perspective. I don't like the fact that Magic Johnson got rid of Brook Lopez, which he concedes was the wrong move. I don't think it was wise of him to get rid of Julius Randle. I don't think it was wise of him not to get more shooters up in there to surround LeBron James with. I just don't like that vision. I don't think it was wise for him to get rid of Zubac. I just don't think it was wise. I know he had explanations for everything other than Brooks Lopez. I respectfully disagree. I can't even express to y'all enough how many arguments I've gotten in with Magic Johnson about picking Lonzo Ball with the number 2 overall pick. I know Lonzo can play. I know Lonzo has a great upside. I know that Lonzo can end up being a star one day. But damn it, I disagreed with Magic Johnson. And he and I butted heads because that's my brother. We go back a long way, decades. Magic's my man. Love him. He's family to me. Magic Johnson and I had butted heads over Lonzo Ball from before he drafted him. I didn't like him. Not with the number 2 overall pick. Because to me, you don't get to look at Lonzo in a vacuum. You got to look at Jason Tatum at 3. You got to look at De'Aaron Fox at 5. You got to look at Markkanen at 7. You got to look at Dennis Smith Jr. at 9. You got to look at Malik Monk at 11. You got to look at Donovan Mitchell at 13. These are all players you could have had instead of Lonzo Ball. So when you want to get on Magic Johnson about that, Magic Johnson will be the first to tell you, you got my man Stephen A. Smith, this company, getting on me about that because he and I have been butting heads forever about that. But when you attack this man's work ethic, it's something that rakes my nerves. Now, people sit up there and talk to you about, well, you know what? It's yeah, there goes Stephen A. It's about race. No. It's about a perspective that touches on the racial differences. In other words, if you are white, you might look at it differently than black. It doesn't mean anybody's racist. It doesn't mean racism is a part of the process. It means that your perspective on things differs from ours. How in God's name are you a champion 5 times over? Arguably the greatest point guard we've ever seen in the game's history. Unquestionably, one of the top 50 players we've ever seen in the game. A champion and a leader. And then you transition from the world of sports to the business world during a time when most folks never believed that an athlete could do that, let alone a black athlete. He did it. And the narrative about him now is associated with laziness, part-time worker, when he had an agreement that allocated responsibility to other people and he would play the role of overseer and it was agreed by all parties. Y'all don't have a problem with that? You don't have a problem with that? I do. It's disgusting. It's insulting. No wonder why he came to hell on First Take and went the hell off. Why shouldn't he? You didn't sit up there and say, we disagree with Magic's basketball decisions. You question whether or not he worked. You lacked appreciation for the basketball acumen he showed on the court. I look at Brandon Ingram. We ain't calling him a scrub. I'm looking at Kyle Kuzma. We ain't calling him a scrub. You got people all over LA talking about Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, who recruited LeBron James. Now, I believe he was coming to LA anyway, but who did LeBron James wait to come to his door before he said yes? Who was the person that could get him on the phone? Who was the person that could sit in his home with him and his family? It wasn't Jim Buss. It wasn't Jeannie Buss. It wasn't Rob Pelinka. Hell, it wasn't even Kobe Bryant. It was Irvin Magic Johnson. That's who it was. And you would talk about him this way? And and this is the part that really gets to me, that I said I had to brace myself to make sure that everybody understood exactly where I was coming from. When the hell does it stop? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get a bit personal here. I apologize to ESPN, but it's on my mind. It's in my spirit. Let me tell y'all something. I want to thank all the listeners out there. Stephen A. Smith's show on ESPN Radio and ESPN News is thumping. I don't know about everybody else. The show's winning. We winning because of y'all. Because y'all listen to me, because y'all watch me. And all those people that I mentioned have given me nothing but great support. You think that support is universal? You think there ain't people within the company saying why he got his own radio show? You think there ain't people within the company talking about, man, he could use a foil, a partner on the air with him? You think there ain't people saying that? Why he got a nationally syndicated radio show? And that's just at this job. I ain't even bringing the point to the business. As hard as I work, as many jobs as I have, ladies and gentlemen, there are 365 days in a year. Do your homework. I've never worked less than 345 a year. 345 days per year. Look it up. No one outworks me. No one. And I got numbers on television and radio. And you have people debating about what I deserve. I ask a simple question, as incendiary as it may be. If I were white, is that conversation taking place? Numbers, ratings, revenue, and work ethic. If I were white, are we having that discussion? If I were white, are we talking about what modifications need to take place? Or are we riding that wave? You see, what Magic Johnson is experiencing is something we all experience. And people will go out there and they'll sit up there, oh, here he goes again, here he goes again. Damn it, somebody's got to do it. Because we live in a society right now where two extremes are both misplaced. And I got news for you. One exists on the black side. Everything ain't about race. Sometimes it's just you. It ain't about the color of your skin. It ain't about your ethnicity. It ain't about your culture. It's about your ass. As black people. But then there's the other side. And the other side is the clear discrepancy in treatment that's accorded to some over others, even when they don't put in the work, the time, nor produce the same results. We sitting here talking about Magic Johnson when the Lakers became relevant again because LeBron arrived. Who the hell assisted in that happening? We got a problem with Magic? And why? Because of Genie, Bus, and Rob Pelinka, and Tim Harris? Really? Really? Go to break before I go to hell off. The Stephen A. Smith Show is being brought to you by Barbasol. Hey, sports fans. Barbasol is offering you a chance to score big when you join the Barbasol Shave Club. Grab your premium starter kit for just $1.99 today with code SHAVE